this time, we will take a motion to go into regular public meeting.
Motion.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Clavillo, seconded by Ms. Mulkey-Golden.
Yes.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Ms. Arentrack?
Yes.
Mrs. Goff is absent. Ms. Mulkey-Golden?
Yes.
Mr. Palouse?
Yes.
Mrs. Bone?
Yes.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Here.
Mr. Clavijo?
Here.
Mr. Totaro?
Yes. Meeting regulations. During each regular meeting, 2 opportunities are provided for citizens to ask questions, to make comments. During the first opportunity, early on the agenda, the meeting is open to the public for the purpose of addressing items listed for approval on this agenda only. The second opportunity occurs just prior to adjournment, when citizens may address any subject matter that is pertinent to and/or directly related to the operation of the school district. Persons wishing to speak must, upon being recognized, rise, state their name, address, and subject matter. Comments and questions shall be addressed to the board president or the presiding officer and shall be limited to 5 minutes per person. The board may or may not respond to issues raised by members of the public at the time they are raised, but will provide a response if and when appropriate. The board asks that members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of the individuals when speaking. Please note that the board will not respond to comments regarding students and/or board employees in light of the privacy rights held by those individuals. Moreover, the board discourages comments about such individuals and will not be responsible for such comments. Members of the public who choose to speak during the public session should carefully consider their comments, since they could be held personally liable for any statement they make. Finally, please note that in accordance with district policy, the board will not officially comment or respond to any matter mentioned unless it can confirm that the matter has first been brought to the attention of the appropriate school personnel and attempt to resolve the issue. Public be heard, agenda items only. Seeing no one, moving on to the approval of the minutes, June 23rd, 2026, regular meeting, public and private.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Cleo.
Second.
Second by Mr. Palouse. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Ms. Mulkey-Golden?
Yes.
Mr. Palouse?
Yes.
Mrs. Bone?
Yes.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Ms. Arentrack?
Yes.
Mr. Totaro?
Yes. Correspondence?
None.
Seeing none. Moving on to reports. Superintendent's report.
Thank you. Good evening. With August just around the corner, our district continues its active preparations for the opening of the 26-27 school year. Throughout our schools, classrooms, and facilities are being readied, schedules are being finalized, and our administrative, instructional, and support teams are working diligently to ensure a smooth and successful start to the school year. We're excited to welcome both our returning staff and students, as well as those who will be joining Hawthorne Public Schools community for the first time. This also marks the start of the preseason for many of our student athletes. Hawthorne High School football camp began this week, marking the unofficial start of the fall athletic season. It's always exciting to see our athletes back on campus, working hard alongside their coaches as they prepare for another year of competition, personal growth, teamwork, and school pride. We wish all of our fall athletic programs a safe and successful preseason. We're also looking forward to hosting Hawthorne Leadership Camp at Lincoln Middle School from August 10th to the 14th. This unique program is designed to support our incoming 6th grade students as they transition to middle school by helping them develop leadership skills, build positive peer relationships, and foster a strong sense of school pride. I'd also like to provide an update on our new 4th grade introductory instrumental music program. Hawthorne Public Schools is excited to offer this opportunity to interested 4th grade students during the 26-27 school year as an introduction to instrumental music before entering the 5th grade band program. The optional lessons will be held before school, 8:05 to 8:40. Students will have the opportunity to explore 2 different instruments over the course of the year, allowing them to make a more informed decision before selecting an instrument for 5th grade band. The schedule will be September through January is flute, clarinet, and saxophone. February through June, trumpet, trombone, and percussion. So we'll be offering half-year rentals, so if your child wants to start out with flute, they decide they don't like it, they have the opportunity to explore percussion in February. So we're very excited about that. At this stage, we're still in the planning period, but we had about 50 parents that filled out the Google form expressing interest in the program. Additional information regarding scheduling, transportation, instrument rentals or purchases, and program expectations will be shared as we finalize the details. A reminder to our students that they need to start working on their summer assignments. Being a parent of a high school student and a middle school student, I'm all over my children currently to get their work done. We also will be sending out reminders next week, but the work can also be found on the school website. I would also like to extend a warm welcome to our new Assistant Superintendent, Mrs. Heather Weinstein, as she joins us for her first Board of Education meeting. We're thrilled to have her as part of the Hawthorne Public Schools leadership team and look forward to the experience, expertise, and dedication she brings to our district. At this time, I would like to invite Mrs. Weinstein to say a few words.
Thank you. Thank you to the board for your very warm welcome and for embracing me the way that you have. I've actually gotten a chance to meet with the administration, gotten to know some of the principals pretty well and some of the teachers who are writing curriculum over the summer. It's very clear that everyone is super dedicated and committed, which is really nice. And I'm just looking forward to meeting the rest of the staff in the fall and working and being aligned to what the goals are. So I appreciate it and look forward to working with everybody closely.
So as always, I just want to thank the staff, our technicians, our custodians for getting the buildings ready during the summer. It's a large task. Our secretaries, our administrators, their dedication and commitment to our students and community are greatly appreciated. And I just want to say, we're towards the end of July right now, so soak in the rest of the summer because the school year is upcoming. And at this point, I'd like to pass the presentation over to Mrs. Weinstein. We have not received our NJGPA scores to date. If you recall, for both NJSLA and NJGPA this year, they moved it to an adaptive-based test. So the results, the cut scores, they're not quite out yet. But what we did receive are our WIDA scores. So for tonight, Ms. Weinstein is going to give us a little bit of background on how our students performed.
You guys want to go sit over there?
Okay, thank you. So as Mr. Mignonelli said, we did receive the WIDA scores. So this is kind of forecasting a little bit forward based upon what I'm going to present to you, but also keep in mind that the scores are coming from the assessment that you did in the spring for the 25-26 school year. And I figured I would start with just a little refresher of what Access is, which is an English language proficiency test. And what we're trying to determine by giving this adaptive computer-based test is how our students are currently performing with the acquisition of English language and how they are acquiring the language as they walk through the grade levels K through 12. So it is an assessment that's given K to 12. For all of our multi-language learners, they are given a test and it determines through each domain what level they are at. So you will see 1 at entering all the way through 2 emerging, 3 developing, 4 expanding, 5 bridging, and 6 reaching. Students that would be achieving a score of 4.5 or more would be students that we could consider have reached the threshold to be exited from the program. This is just a breakdown in common language to give you an idea of where each student would be on each level. So you can, I won't read them all to you, but for level 1, entering, that student would know very minimal social language, minimal academic language, and with visual and graphic support necessary in the classroom. So you would see your kindergarten students that were coming into the country for the first time, or potentially students that were speaking native language at home, coming in at a level 1, all the way through to level 6, which would be reaching, and at its highest level would know and use social and academic language at the highest levels and be measured by this test of exiting the program. These children would be well-versed in content vocabulary and have the ability to sit in content without any other support. So these are some statistics that I thought were important to show you because we are making good growth. I broke it by high school, Lincoln, Washington, Roosevelt, and Jefferson, and what you're looking at in the first column would be the percentage of growth. So the scores that our children attained last year versus the growth that they had between last year and this year. So 25% being the growth over last year for the majority of students as an average at Hawthorne High School, and then obviously 14 at Lincoln, 29 at Roosevelt, or rather at Washington, 42 at Roosevelt, and 52 at Jefferson. Very good gains. And then I thought it interesting just to look at the percentage of students that would be in the level 3 or above. So if we just go back quickly, level 3 would be developing, which means those children at that level are knowing most of the social English that they would be using in a social situation, but then also gaining academic language with those visual and graphic supports in the classroom. So the next slides will show you the breakdown banded together of elementary, middle, and high. So 53 students of ours participated in the ELL test. That's grade levels K through 5. Of the 53, 17% of those scored in the expanding level, which is very impressive at a level 4. Obviously for confidentiality reasons, I'm banding those grade levels together. And then in the last portion, you can see what our participation rate is, which means that of the 27 of the K-2 children that were tested, 100% participated and 100% of those scores came in. Obviously for 3 to 5, it's the same with 26 at 100% as well. For your elementary children, 2 students exited with scores above 4.5. And then in the fall, what we do is another test, which would be for modeling out those students who potentially would be scoring in the range of 4.0 to 4.4, which means that some of those students would actually be acceptable to leave the program. We lean very much on how they've been doing over the course of time, teachers, and their ability to then take another screener in the fall to show that they would be able to exit the program. This would be for your middle school, so 14%, or 14 students rather, participated in grades 6 to 8. Of that, 4 students scored 4.0 or higher, and 1 student exited with above a score of 4.5. In the fall, consistently 3 students will be administered the WIDA model in September for the preparation to also model out. Here you also had 14 students tested, 100% scores received, which is 100% participation. And then finally, for high school, 38 students were participating, grades 9 to 12. I broke that between 9 to 10 and 11 to 12. 9 students scored above 4.0, and 5 students exited with scores above 4.5, which is very promising, very good news. 4 students will be administered the WIDA model in September for preparation of being modeled out as well. Here in 9 to 10, 18 of the 19 students participated at 95%. I believe one of the students has exited the district. I just have to check that because I don't know them yet. And then in 11 to 12, it is 19 of students tested and 100% participating. And then finally, just some of the way that the programs look in terms of the interventions that were given, broken by grade level. So in K to 5, we're giving 1 to 2 times per day of pull-out resource or service, depending on the level of the child, if they're emerging all the way through expanding. And then in 6 to 8, also pull-out services 1 to 2 times per day. And then in grades 9 to 12, given specific learning supports. Some of the programming that we're using is Learning A to Z Bundle, Starfall, and then we also use sheltered instruction, observation protocol, and training to prepare our teachers. And that is all. Thank you.
questions?
How many students do we have that are categorized ELL? Because that's the overall category, right, the ELL?
And ELL, MLL, yes. So if we added them all together, it would be, as of last year, there were 53 on the elementary level, and then 14 on the middle level, and a total of 38 on the high school level.
So then everybody
over
that's
100.
ELL participated in the program? Is that what it is? So everybody that's ELL participated in the testing?
Yes, so they look for participation rates to see when your scores come back, is every child that's currently participating in the program being tested, are we receiving a score? The one child that wasn't, I believe, left district.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So my question was, this is the entire school year, but when are they actually administered, deleted?
In the spring.
And then
So
again
in
in
the
the
fall,
fall,
they'll do
if they,
another.
all of them, or just the ones who
No.
score a certain?
Correct,
Yeah.
just the ones that score above a 4.0, because potentially those students could exit the program.
So, technically, they should have a 4.5 to exit, or between a 4 and a 4.5?
Technically a 4.5.
Okay.
But there are circumstances where a child
Yeah.
potentially would be 4.0, 4.1, 2, 3, or 4 that could potentially exit the program, depending on how old they are, where they are in terms of their content level, vocabulary,
Right.
how they're performing in class.
So I think it was the I don't have it, the high school slide, it said that, I don't know, don't quote me, you have this slide, but
Yeah.
it's not up. Maybe 5 students got 4.0, but only 1 exited, or a 4.5, but only 1 exited.
Because they probably had a 4.5, so 4.0 and up.
One that we
4.5
could
would exit.
But
So then
only
the
1 out
rest-
of the 9 or whatever it was exited.
So if
Unless
they're,
I'm
if they're a
wrong.
4.0 to 4.4, they wouldn't exit. They have
Correct.
to
They have
cross
to-
that
Oh,
threshold.
they do have to,
But I think
so
the
it's
way
not
that-
lenient in that sense.
No.
No,
So
Yeah.
those are the kids we would then test again in the fall.
correct. So the 5 students exited above 4.5.
That's okay. So then how do we manage that at the high school or even the middle school level with their classes? Would that change? No, because they're being pulled out for ESL, ML, and then having put in help. So if we're testing them in the fall and they are now eligible to leave the program, are we gonna then have to change their schedule in classes, is what I'm asking?
Correct. If they're
Yeah.
if they're exiting the program and they're in a block in which they're receiving, because on the middle school level, they'll have an ELA block where they'll have an
Right.
ML teacher working with them. So potentially if they cross that threshold at 4.5, we're not completely pulling them out of the equation, but they wouldn't qualify for the services they need.
Okay, so it's not like an integrated class where you have like half gen and half special ed type of situation, right? It's literally just ML students alone in that class?
Correct.
That's okay, that's what I wasn't understanding. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else? All right. Moving on to committee and liaison reports, starting with legislator, Mr. Carr.
Nothing to report this evening, Mr. President.
Moving on then, finance administration, Mr. Guido.
Thank you, Mr. President. The Finance Committee met in person on July 14th here at the high school. On the agenda were tuition rates. The tuition rates for the 2026-2027 school year will be in alignment with the state's tuition rates. They haven't been in the past, as there appears to be some discretion to some extent as to whether you have to align to the state or not. These updates will impact special education rates and rates applied to homeless students. In addition, the rates were included in the handout. That's part of the report. The barricade tuition will go up to $103,666. The barricade enrollment is projected to be between 5 and 8 students, which includes one out-of-district student. It was reported to us that, well, according to code, the barricade can accommodate up to 12 students. The consensus is that 8 students is the ideal amount of students to be housed in that space. We had 2 grievances that we discussed in exec. We also had a grant allotments, what you're going to see on the agenda. The grant funds came in satisfactory in alignment with past experience. Capital projects were also on the agenda, which B&G will report in detail. And That concludes my report.
Thank you. Moving on to council liaison and personnel. Ms. Erentrop.
Thank you, Mr. President. A few updates from the council and the mayor, so bear with me. Number one, sod was installed at Franklin Field. The mayor and council thank everyone for their patience, dedication, and support regarding these field updates. You know, that's been a hot topic, and the field is looking good and getting lots of rain lately, I guess. So hopefully good playing conditions for everyone. Second, they wanted to note that last week there was a groundbreaking ceremony for the new community pavilion in the back of the library. This is in memory of our former mayor Goldberg, and basically a welcoming public gathering space. It's a project that truly reflects the power of collaboration and community spirit between the borough officials, volunteers, the Lions Club, Rotary Club, the Neighborhood Preservation Program, Downs Tree Service, and a bunch of different businesses that have donated and volunteered. So the groundbreaking took place, and it'll be a nice space for people to gather soon. A few reminders for events that are coming up. Every Sunday, the farmers markets at the library from 10 to 1:30. There are concerts at the band shell. The grounds open at 6, and check the borough website for the schedule. And then 2 more, the Hawthorne's National Night Out, the police department, and I guess all first responders. It's Tuesday, August 4th, 5:30 to 9 at the band shell. And lastly, the Chamber's 14th Annual Classic Car, Motorcycle, and Truck Show is taking place Sunday, August 16th. So lots to do this summer here in Hawthorne. And regarding personnel, no report. We did not meet.
Thank you.
Thanks.
All right, moving on. Curriculum instruction, I believe Ms. Mulkey Colton is going to be doing that on behalf of Mrs. Goff.
Yes.
And then as well, we'll do NJSBA and PCSBA.
Okay, so on behalf of Mrs. Goff for curriculum instruction, we discussed the 4th grade instrumental lessons with our superintendent, who's already mentioned. We actually received 49 responses as of our meeting on July 15th from parents on our Google form. It also allowed questions to be asked about the program, so this would be divided into 2 terms. The fall would be flute, clarinet, and sax, phone, and the spring would be trumpet, trombone, and percussion. Some parents asked if they could do both, and this possibility is being explored, which would actually enhance our instrumental program. So I just want to say thank you to the superintendent, everyone, our music teachers who brainstormed to come up with this as an alternative. The second thing we discussed were, we were on a CAP, which is an attendance plan for middle school, Washington, and the high school. And we are very happy to report that the Lincoln Middle School and Washington will be coming off of the CAP as we have improved our attendance in those schools. Unfortunately, HHS will still be on the CAP moving forward. However, students were previously swiping in, and we think it was some error with that. As they're moving toward a homeroom where their attendance is then taken, they will also have to turn in their phone. The length of the homeroom and other details will be worked out and shared. So we're hoping that'll give us a better, accurate attendance picture, which will then approve our attendance. Next, we discuss summer assignments. All AP except for AP Psych has a summer assignment for the high school. Moving forward, they will meet with their teacher prior to leaving at the end of the school year to go over the assignments. The superintendent uploaded assignments to the board folder for us to look at. The goal for 2027 is that all AP classes will have summer assignments. AP scores are trending in the upward direction, so yay. Lincoln Middle School, there is a book and then an essay for each grade. There is an optional math packet available. Teachers are planning a classroom incentive to complete that math packet within the first week of school. They are going to send out a standalone communication, the administrator are going to send out a standalone communication about summer assignments. For elementary assignments, the kids had to do like a perfect 10 chart, as we have in the past. So we're gonna look at that and see if we can come up with something more up to date. And the teacher writing 1A curriculum have suggested incoming students also have assignments. Yep. Next, we discussed the NJSLA scores and NJ GPA scores. Will not be released anytime soon. They are even looking into a committee to determine cut scores. Whereas the presentation tonight, we discussed that. We currently have one ESL teacher for the 3 elementary schools that is full-time. Our percentages of students passing have grown, with Jefferson being the highest, Roosevelt and Washington, then LMS and HHS, as you saw on the presentation. Elementary level, 53 students. Out of 53 students, 2 exited, 7 are being retested in the fall. Middle level is 14 total, and Hawthorne High School is 38, with 4 exiting and 11 being retested in the fall. Enrollment, at this time, numbers are fairly equal. This is for kindergarten enrollment and registration. Special requests will not be honored this year as per our new policy. Last year, our superintendent got about 10 special requests. This year, we're down to about 4, so that's been great. There are 8 sections of kindergarten throughout the entire district, so the 3 elementaries. Jefferson is up to 32, so they'll have 2 sections. Washington has 27 current registered students, so that includes steps and 2 sections. And Roosevelt is up to 71, which also includes LLD, and is up to 4 sections. Sorry, we had a lot on our agenda. Next was the bell-to-bell mandate, which is a new policy 5516, which Dr. Vega will discuss in further detail. But Mrs. Goff wrote, the district has the ability to allow students to use their phones only before and after school. During the day, they will not have access to their phones at all. The superintendent is looking at this as an ability to engage students from bell to bell. Students will lock their phones in a safe in their homeroom and will not get them until the end of the day. Seniors will be able to get their phones during the lunch block if they are exiting the building. Our superintendent will send out the first communication, and then specific emails will come from the principals. The superintendent will ask other districts what they are doing to see how they're implementing this new policy. The mandate states that all K through 12 students must be prohibited from using their phones for the entire day. Next is language bridge. Our superintendent met with the owner last week of the program, and we are providing exposure on the elementary level. This will be offered to grades 2 and 4. It's a digital platform that uses headphones and microphones to replace our Spanish program in those grades. And the last thing is Title I funding came in flat, and this funds some teachers' salaries, so it's good, is what she wrote. Thank you. Oh, I have to keep going.
And Ms. Colton, I
Yep.
just want to make one comment
Yes.
about so the bell-to-bell policy, which the NJDOE has required all school districts in New Jersey to participate in. There's a policy we're adopting tonight. The specifics and the enforcement of it is something that the board will be discussing as a whole to determine what the stance of Hawthorne will be, because the actual regulation gives leeway for us to make decisions as to what are the best practices that we want to implement in Hawthorne. So I just wanted to add that.
It's just the first reading tonight.
Correct.
Right?
Mhm.
So we're not even technically adopting it?
Right.
Okay. So NJSBA, just a reminder that our convention is coming up October 19th to 22nd. And then PCSBA, we have not met. They don't meet over the summer, so the next meeting will be sometime right around the beginning of school year, fall. And that is it for me. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Blues, have CPAC PTOs.
Thank you, Mr. President. I do not have a report tonight, but I would like to address negotiations, if you don't mind. Okay, negotiations has been meeting over the past several months for both the HASA and the HESA contracts. We're hoping to have it on the agenda for tonight, but due to some time constraints, the negotiation teams was not able to meet with our business agent and superintendent to discuss the final proposed contracts. So as the chairperson, I take full responsibility of it not being, available tonight. I just didn't feel comfortable until we get an opportunity to read through it. So, on a positive note, we're meeting this Thursday, and if we could feel comfortable moving forward, we're willing to have a special board meeting so that we could approve those contracts. It is not our intention to push it off into the August 18th meeting. Hopefully, we can get it resolved this week, and hopefully meet next week and get those approved. Thank you for the time.
Thank you. Moving on, Dr. Vega, Buildings, Grounds, and Policy.
Thank you, Mr. President. Buildings and grounds, let's start with buildings and grounds. We met on July 14th. We did cover a number of topics. We are going forward and we're moving forward with the high school third floor renovations. We got a preliminary estimate and we are going to hopefully start that within the coming weeks. We're also looking to move forward with the high school security vestibule, which I have spoken about in past meetings. With regards to the facility walkthrough, we wanted to, as a board and as a committee, take a walk through all of the facilities here within our district. We are anticipating that this walkthrough is going to be about 2 days so that we can thoroughly and accurately walk through all of the buildings. Our first walkthrough is going to be held at the end of the month on July 30th. So if any board members do want to join, please let me know. I am going to move on to policy. Policy also met on July 14th. During policy committee, we did review a couple of new policies, all first readings, which are on the agenda. We have the superintendent duties, curriculum, career education, the eligibility of resident, non-resident students and choice of schools within the district, and as well as bell to bell. Like Madam Vice President stated, bell to bell is a policy that is mandated from the state. It applies to cell phones and other electronic devices. So that's going to include our smartwatches, tablets, laptops, earbuds, headphones, meta glasses, and the purpose is to reduce distractions throughout the day and to establish clear expectations for what the appropriate device uses are with our students within the schools. Like Mr. Mininelli said, sorry. This is the first reading, so we are looking into the implementation, which is the regulation portion of it. So the committee and the board will be discussing to make the necessary revisions before we do the final adoption. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Moving on to action items, curriculum instructions. We will go to Ms. Wilkie-Golson on behalf of Mrs. Goff.
Thank you, Mr. President. Pursuant to the recommendation of Superintendent of Schools, the Committee on Curriculum Instruction recommends the following resolutions, C1 on page 4 through C9 on page 5 to C15 on page 6. On the behalf of the committee, I so move.
Second.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you.
Seconded by Ms. Erin. Discussion.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would just like to commend our superintendent and our supervisors of science and math and humanities for growing their job titles and descriptions, which is in here for approval tonight from 6 to 12 to K to 12. I think it's going to make a great difference in our district, and I appreciate them. That was all. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else? Roll call, please.
Ms. Wilkie-Golson?
Yes.
Mr. Palouse?
Yes.
Mrs. Spone?
Yes, and I recuse myself on C14 and C18.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Ms. Arentraut?
Yes.
Mr. Totaro?
Yes. Personnel, Ms. Erin.
Thank you, Mr. President. The following resolutions are pursuant to the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools. P1 on page 6, P2 through P11 on page 7, P12 through P23 on page 8, P24 through P32 on page 9, and P33 on page 10. On behalf of the committee, I so move.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Leo. Discussion.
I have a question. On P33, is that a new responsibility or?
No, and Ms. McCalley, correct me if I'm wrong here, but this is the athletic registration that she does every summer. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Comment and a question. Comment first. I would like to welcome, there's several new hires on here, so welcome to Hawthorne, and as well as the 6 interns from Ramapo College. So welcome and thank you for the teachers and administrators that will be overseeing their time here. The question, Mr. Manuel, if you do, I think you'd explain it a bit better, but P24 through P27, just noting that it is P23?
Yeah,
Oh,
so I was gonna
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
So-
P23 through P27, thank you. I
So-
could probably do it, but no.
So the idea behind putting these new special education building liaison positions is to ensure that we have continuity and consistency between our 5 schools. As you know, we have Mr. Sarah, that's our current director of special programs. We have a large staff, so for him to lead, but allow that trickle down to go to the special ed liaisons, who are going to be the ones that are communicating some of the district goals, some of the pertinent issues in special education, allowing them to take some roles in terms of our Monday after-school trainings and faculty meetings. So that's the first piece, is to align our special ed program, but as a district, I also think it's important that we are consistently offering opportunities for some of our teachers to lead, right? So this is another level of leadership for some of our really amazing special education staff members.
Thank you.
So are these special ed teachers, that these are their home schools that they're doing this for, I would assume?
Correct, and
Makes
it
sense.
could be CST or special ed teacher.
Right, oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Mr. Palooz?
Yes.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Ms. Aaron
Yes.
Ms. Multi Colson?
Yes to everything but P8.
P8
Yes.
is a no?
Abstain.
Abstain, okay. Mr. Totaro?
Yes. All right, moving on to Finance and Administration, Mr. Cleo.
Thank you, Mr. President. Pursuant to the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Committee on Finance and Administration recommends the following resolutions on page 10, F1 to F3, on page 11, F4 and F5, on page 12, F6 through E3. On behalf of the committee, I so move.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Palooz. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Ms. Aaron
Yes.
Ms. Multi Colson?
Yes.
Mr. Palooz?
Yes.
Mr. Totaro?
Yes. Right back at you, Mr. Cleo, for claims.
In accordance with NJAC 6A:23-2:11B, C3, and C4, it is recommended that the board approve the bill list for the month of July 2026.
Second.
Seconded by Mr. Carr. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Ms. Aaron
Yes.
Ms. Multi Colson?
Yes.
Mr. Palooz?
Yes.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Mr. Totaro?
Yes. Dr. Vega,
Thank
village
you.
grounds.
Thank you, Mr. President. Pursuant to the recommendation of the Superintendent of Schools, the Committee on Buildings and Grounds recommends the following resolution, BG1 to BG6 on page 13. On behalf of the committee, I so move.
Second. Second by Mr. Clavijo. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Ms. Aarontrout?
Yes.
Ms. Multi-Pilson?
Yes.
Mr. Kalous?
Yes.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Tataro?
Yes. Policy, Dr. Vega.
Thank you again, Mr. President. Pursuant to the recommendations of the Superintendent of Schools, the Committee on Policy recommends the following resolution. P01 on page 14. On behalf of the committee, I so move.
Second.
Second by Mr. Clavijo. Roll call, please.
Mr. Clavijo?
Yes.
Ms. Aarontrout?
Yes.
Ms. Multi-Pilson?
Yes.
Mr. Kalous?
Yes.
Mrs. Stone?
Yes.
Dr. Vega?
Yes.
Mr. Carr?
Yes.
Mr. Tataro?
Yes. All right, moving on to public be heard. At this time, members of the public may ask questions or make comments on educational issues or school matters.
Hello, everybody. Rick Rito, 18 Missionary Court. I'm here on behalf of the Athletic Hall of Fame Committee. As you know, I'm the president of the committee. I'm also here with the president of our Athletic Booster Club, Bob Pasquale. So we're here tonight to talk to you about the next step for us. So as you know, we held our first induction ceremony in March of 2026. We had almost 280 people attend the event. It was a fantastic night. And we are planning to host another one in March of 2027. So we'll be hosting one two years in a row, and then we're going to take a couple of years off between our inductions. However, the next step, now that we've inducted our first round, for our first round inductees, is we need a space to honor them in the school. So we had talked about the possibility of creating a display case in the main hallway, right across from the main office. I can tell you that that space is conducive to what we want to do, and I'll tell you why I know that, because there used to be lockers in that space, and when we removed the lockers, we covered the wall with sheetrock, but there's still a cutout where the lockers used to be. So if we were able to just remove some of that sheetrock, we could easily put a display case in that space. All right, now, on top of that, what we'd also like to do is we'd like to renovate the existing display case so that they match. So there's one currently across from the principal's office, or close to the guidance office. We're going to be putting the new one across from the main office. So there'll be two in that hallway, but again, the goal is for us to renovate both of them so that they will match and look uniform in that hallway. All right? Our display case will not have trophies or plaques. We're going to be doing electronic. So it'll be two TVs. There'll be a searchable database for people who've been inducted. So that's the plan for the display case. And again, we have the funds that we will be paying for. We're not asking for any money from the board. This will all come from the Athletic Hall of Fame Committee and the money that we've raised through our first induction ceremony. All right? So really what we're here tonight to do is just to ask you for your approval to move forward. I can tell you that we did share our plan with Manny, the supervisor of Buildings and Grounds. He has it. He's supposed to be acquiring a quote for us, so we're just waiting for him to do that. But otherwise, we're ready to go as soon as they are. We'd like to get it done this summer if possible. Obviously, it's not really conducive to do during the school year, obviously with kids in the building. So if possible, we'd like to get it done at some point before school opens. All right?
Thank you.
No, thank you. And like I said, as long as the board is okay with it, we're going to move forward as soon as we can. All right?
Much appreciated.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
So, Dr. Sprito, I just want to say, number one, thank you, and Mr. Pasquale. I had the opportunity to attend the Athletic Hall of Fame. Really great event. There was lots of old school Hawthorne committed individuals, and just to get to know about the different programs that we've had in district was really special. And I've seen some of these Hall of Fame displays in other districts, and they're just really special, especially for our current high school students that get to see the successes of the alumni of Hawthorne. So what I'll say is that I'll reach out to you, we'll pull Manny in, and I'll obviously talk to the board prior to, and we'll develop a plan of action. So thank you.
Maybe get all of it done at the same time, so we're doing the construction now.
All that construction is nice. It's a good thing.
Yeah, you know, it's a good thing.
Seeing no one else, we will move on. We'll go to the board for general comments from the board related to schools, and also new business, old business. Just state which one it is, and we'll start on my left with Mr. Clues.
I just want to welcome our new assistant superintendent. Looking forward to working with you, and, thank you for being part of our team.
Thank you.
I second that. Welcome, Heather. I know you hit the ground running, and we're all happy to have you, and welcome. And nice to see some faces out there. A few of you, but all smiling ones, so that's all.
Same, thank you.
Thank you for those same sentiments, and welcome board. Looking forward to working with you, continue to work with you.
I just want to thank all the staff who's working over the summer to get us ready for the school year and also writing curriculum and all of the things. So thank you and welcome. Thank you.
Welcome, Heather, and nothing else for me, thank you.
Same thing, welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Best of luck. That's it.
New business, in regards to that B&G walkthrough, do we have a time in mind?
I think we were going to try to start first thing in the morning, but we can follow up with an email, maybe 8:30, because to get through all 5 schools, I don't know if we're going to be able to, it's probably going to be a multi-day thing. I'll follow up.
So July 30th a.m., right?
Yeah, I'll confirm the timing. I believe I sent out a calendar invite, but we'll double check the timing on that.
Just because we did it once before, a few years back, maybe Dr. Vega, you and I can just touch base and kind of put a plan of action as far as like what building we'll hit first and kind of what the sequence will be. Some may need more attention than others.
Okay, sounds good.
That would be appreciated in the event that we can't make the entire time slotted for it, but if there's a certain building that you would like to see, we have some familiarity with some buildings because of your kids being in that school, so maybe not, I need to see those, but maybe other buildings that you don't necessarily know, so that would help.
Sure.
Thank you.
Come up with a schedule.
Then the other one in regards to new businesses, in regards to the bell-to-bell policy, it was stated that the board will be participating in the implementation of what that policy looks like. How will the board be participating? Will it be just at a committee level, or will we have?
I wanted to talk about that with Dr. Vega, being the policy chair, as to what is the best way for us to gather the insight from the board. Because the regulation, it offers different check marks of how we would like to enforce and implement it. So I'll start with Dr. Vega, and then we'll figure out the best way to get the input of the board as a whole.
I take it that part of the input that you're gathering is from the principals, obviously, right at that point.
Yeah, but it's also, the board would definitely have to have a say, because not that it's a controversial policy, but it's a huge shift in how we're implementing technology, especially on the high school level.
And from what I say, it is a very sensitive topic for certain segments of the population. Will we have community input? Are we seeking their input in any way, shape, or form?
I think that's not a bad idea. And again, that's something that I can talk to Dr. Vega about and figure out if that's something. Either way, we had multiple layers of communication that we were going to put out to the community, but the input of the community actually, I think, was a good idea.
Prior to the implementation,
Mhm.
just to get their input, just to have them be part of the process, right?
Yep.
Okay, awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
And then, what is it, general business, general comments? I want to thank the administration for the efforts to supplement the fourth grade band program. Also want to thank all our summer staff for all their work, and do want to encourage any parents of any rising 6th graders to sign up for leadership camp. It's absolutely 100% worthwhile. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. That being said, motion to adjourn.
Second.
Oh, hold on. Who said the motion? Dr. Vega, seconded by Ms. Mulkey-Golden. Discussion. Roll call, please.
Ms. Mulkey-Golden?
Yes.
Mr. Palooz?
Yes.
Mrs. Spohn?
Yes.
Dr. Vega?